Not quite sure what Blizzard is doing, but it sounds like maybe somebody over at Blizzard does not quite like rogues. A lot of buffs and nerfs came out in the game as of recent on September 21st, which is yesterday, and I just want to talk a little bit about them. And there was a lot of changes to rogues themselves. All three specs of Rogue, Assassination, Subtlety, and Outlaw all got affected in unexpected ways. So, first thing I want to talk about are some of the rogue general things, and then we'll talk about the PvP things, as well as some of the other class changes that you guys should note as a rogue if you are PvPing. First thing, Death from Above now correctly deals damage to all nearby enemies during its AoE. Assassination, they fixed the bug causing poison knives to deal little damage to targets beyond the first. I have no idea what that means, but I guess the very first target you would hit, your damage would be less. And now Soothing Darkness will only heal the player once per second while Shadow Dance is active, so no longer will you be able to go into stealth and heal yourself to full, making this talent of Soothing Darkness somewhat useful, but not completely for a Subtlety rogue, especially in duels. So that nerf, I feel like it was a bit much. I guess it's understandable that, you know, you get a heal every time you have Shadow Dance available, but the heal is 1% in PvP. They made that change a while ago, and I feel like they should revert that back to 3%, because while you have Soothing Darkness available during Shadow Dance, allows you to heal, but it's a 1%. Then I don't know if it's that viable. I think rogues or subtlety rogues might end up rolling evasion either way. I'm sorry, I don't mean evasion, I mean elusiveness. That's the talent that I was talking about. Anyway, moving on. Overall, the big PvP changes have happened is the fix a bug with the elite PvP gear awarded on ratings that are too low. So now no longer you get an elite gear when you have too low of rating. I've actually seen some people get an elite piece and it was like, wow, how'd you get an elite piece? And it's like, well, I guess you have an elite piece now. Discipline players deal 15% less damage. Pets and guardians take 75 less AoE damage in PvP, and tanks take 25% more damage from other players. So a lot of the healing damage, tank damage, and pets dying less has been balanced out, which is great because I've encountered a few tanks, and the fact that they're basically unkillable to your regular player is ridiculous. So it's nice to see that Blizzard is making some of those changes, although it's weird that we are tuning tanks to take more damage and for healers to deal less damage, which is on one hand silly, because like, why are healers dealing damage? It shouldn't be DPS to deal damage, but it's like we have red pallies and disc priests, so I guess it kind of makes sense. So, you know, that's something that we are taking a look at. Other things that we are taking a look at is overall the stats for every single class. All the stats of primary has been reduced by 10%. So every single class in the game has got a 10% less in intellect, agility, or strength. So it's a pretty big hit for everybody. It does slow down PvP a little bit, but a lot of the classes that are bursty aren't that slow. Now for the big nerfs, there's been a lot of changes to Demon Hunters, Druids, Hunters, Monks, Paladins, Priests, Rogues, and Shamans, but out of all of these classes, we're really taking a look at Rogues, and Rogues got hit kind of, I guess you guys will be the judge of that. So Subtlety, stamina reduced by 10%, which is like, why? I almost makes me think of Thieves Bargain, which already reduces the stamina. It's like Blizzard does not want Subtlety Rogues to have a lot of health. Second, agility reduced by 15% flat. Also remember that this 15% flat is also stacked together with the general stat reduction that all classes got. So in a way, you can look at it as agility reduced by 25% in a single patch. Assassination rogues got hit pretty hard. Agility reduced by 30%, which is crazy. I feel like Assassination rogues deal decent damage in PvP, and I feel like they could even deal more because of the lack of CC. But Blizzard, I guess, decided that they deal so much damage that they need to nerf them a little. But then again, when we take a look at the ladders, we'll see that Assassination rogues are doing pretty well right now, especially at the higher rating. Outlaw rogues also got hit by a simple 10% damage reduction. I was actually expecting for it to be higher, to be honest. After playing a little bit of arenas with Il Pilgrim doing some 2s, which I'll have a video for in the future, I was surprised that we only got reduced by 10%. I'm expecting nerfs in the future, but that's really what we are seeing. So what are your thoughts, guys, on the nerfs? And I was gonna say buffs and nerfs, but really just nerfs that are happening in the game. What are your thoughts on the Subtlety rogue nerfs, Assassination rogue nerfs, and the measly Outlaw rogue nerf? What are your thoughts on that, guys? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I have a bunch of videos that I'm editing right now, so I want to throw this video out for you guys to update you on everything that has happened on the September 21st hotfix. This is our official hotfix. It came in effect yesterday, so if you were noticing your damage a little bit lower than usual, then this is the explanation as of why. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I'm gonna go back to making Outlaw rogues look OP until we get nerfed to shit, and until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.